Hi, everybody. Good day to all of you, and welcome to another episode of Conversations with MM. It's already March, it's Women's History Month, and this is going to be another exciting time, another month of celebration of women. Yay, women, mga kababaihan. We are celebrating ourselves, we are celebrating each other and our society and our families this month. So we are excited because Conversations with MM, as usual, has lined up with episodes that will promote and encourage the triumph of the human spirit stories, mga achievements, and triumph of the will and cooperation and all the good values that life could bring that we can offer humanity. So this is going to be the focus of our episodes, upcoming episodes. And so I'd like to congratulate first and foremost the artist who has been, whose artwork has been elected by the JFK Terminal 8 to be showcased in that area. So it's no other than Mr. Luis Caraos. Thank you, Sir Luis, for your continued inspiration through the visual arts. And I'd like to show to you his works of art, which we have compiled. But before that, by the way, I'd like to say hi to our viewers and especially our new partner, PHLV Radio in Nevada. So I am so honored that we are being streamed in Nevada. Yay! Thank you so much, Kuya Johan, Kuya Rex. Hello there, Kuya G, for the chance and the opportunity of sharing this wonderful platform of yours, as well as of mine, where the East meets West in this case, ladies and gentlemen, because Conversations with MM will be featured and streamed by PHLV Radio in Nevada. They also have a PHLV Radio app. You can listen to them 24/7. And they also are streamed on Amazon Fire TV and YouTube, and of course, Facebook. So remember, Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas through PHLV Radio. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Kuya Johan. That's really amazing. And so I'd like to show you in honor of our women in our society, the women in our lives. My mom, hello, mommy, Jocelyn Montebon. I'd like to greet you. Happy Mother's Month, Happy Women's Month, this month of March. So Mr. Luis Caraos, a multi-awarded hyper-local visual artist in New York, has generously shared his works of art to pay homage to the women of his life as well. So we all can relate with this because we all have moms, we all have sisters. Many of us have sisters. We have girlfriends and sweethearts, and so we honor women because we are the source of life. So let's take a look at the works of art of Mr. Luis Caraos. Thank you so much, Luis, for the wonderful work that you have shared through our platform here in Conversations with MM. And check out his work of art this season, the spring season at JFK Terminal 8. You will see the beautiful big billboards of Luis's work, along with two other artists that will make your walk at the terminal very enjoyable and refreshing. So one of those that will be shown is the rooftop garden in Forest Hills, which we just featured in the video. So all the best. Thank you so much, Sir Luis. And so we now move on to our main feature, ladies and gentlemen. Last week, I was able to have a conversation with Hall of Famer cinematographer Mr. Carlos Canlas Mendoza. He is the cinematographer of the award-winning GomBurZa, or the Gomez Burgos Zamora historical movie, which won the best film for the 2023 Metro Film Festival in Manila. And so I had a very upbeat and deep conversation with him um, last week. And so I'd like to show that to you. And I'd like to thank my good friend, Attorney Lizel Cobrador, for allowing the interview to happen in her office at Manhattan. So let's take a listen to this. Thank you so much, Attorney Lizel. And hope you enjoy this wonderful, refreshing, invigorating, encouraging interview of mine with Mr. Carlos
Hi,
Mendoza.
Carlo. Welcome to New York, and thank you for joining me today in my podcast.
Hello, good
And
afternoon.
good afternoon. So, what brings you to New York?
Well, New York is a very special place for me. I've
Uh-huh.
always wanted to live here.
Oh,
Ever since I was, I don't know, I was in grade school. I've been wanting to move here.
talaga.
I've been saying that someday I'm gonna live here.
Mhm.
I just,
So, what's keeping you from doing that yet?
well, work.
Work.
Yeah. It's New York is a big city. It's a big place, and my contacts in film are mostly in LA,
LA. I see.
in the Philippines. So if I'm gonna be in the US, I would have to be in LA because
Mhm.
I took my master's there. So kaya mas nandun yung connections ko.
That's why. So, I know you right now, your masterpiece, GomBurZa, is showing.
Mhm.
And then also later this week will be Big Night,
Mhm.
which is also an award-winning film. So, ano ang sikreto mo? Masyado kang award-winning. You're a Hall of Famer. What do you pour into your work that it shines, it's magnificent?
I think more than, well, aside from just what I pour into my work, it's
Mhm.
also the type of films that I make.
The ones you choose.
Yeah, the ones that I choose to work on, the people who I choose to work with,
Mhm.
or also the people that I'm quite lucky with the people who want to work with me and the
Right.
projects that are being offered to me. So it's just a matter of really choosing. And having a yung discernment ba,
Mhm.
you have to really discern what projects to make and having a
Right.
really clear objective of where you want to take your
Right.
life and
So,
your career.
yung mga the project that you choose, essentially it begins with a story, correct? So you choose a good story. Like, of course, I would know Bonifacio, ang unang
Mhm.
pangulo. That's the one I saw from your work, and also Bwakaw.
Mhm.
They have strong messages.
Mhm.
So criteria mo ba yan?
Yes, like what you said, it all starts with a story.
Mhm.
I'm when I choose the projects, I really look at the story
Mhm.
first. Do I like the story? Is the story written well?
Mhm.
Yun talaga yung
I see.
unang-una. Kasi importante yung, that's the foundation of any film.
Correct.
It's the story.
Mhm.
Kung hindi maganda yung kwento, ano yung ikukwento mo?
I know. Ano i-art mo?
Yeah, ano yung i-shoot ko?
Correct,
Diba?
correct.
Parang kung hindi naman maganda yung kwento.
Mhm.
Pero susunod din dyan is, sino yung director?
Mhm.
Diba?
Right.
Kaya ba nung director ikwento yung kwentong gusto niyang ikwento?
Mhm.
Diba? Kasi the director will always be the captain of the ship.
Right, right. So
Diba?
how do you deal with a director? Do you collaborate? Do you engage in like, imagination, talking how to deliver it?
Yeah,
How does that
I mean,
happen?
film is a collaborative medium, first and
Right.
foremost.
Mhm.
We have to remember that.
Mhm.
It's not just one person who makes a movie.
Correct.
You know, the director may be the captain of the ship, but he, she, or they would, needs their department heads,
Mhm.
and each department head needs their staff, their
Mhm.
crew. So hindi po pwedeng ikaw lang,
Correct.
'di ba? So with the director ako, importante sa akin ng it's like any other relationship, you need to establish a relationship with the person.
Mhm.
You need to establish a good friendship,
Mhm.
at least, or kahit maging acquaintance lang kayo. But you have to have trust, you have to have understanding, you have to be honest with each other. Para ring relationship, like any kind of
That
relationship
you're
to work.
able to relate positively with the person,
Yeah,
right?
tsaka you have to, sa pelikula, ang tagal gumawa ng pelikula.
Correct.
Ang hirap gumawa ng pelikula. You have to be, kailangan ma-enjoy mong kasama yung director mo. Kasi
Correct.
day in, day out yan, di ba?
I know, partner mo yan,
Yeah,
parang asawa mo.
Oo, kung hindi ka kung para siya, para talagang asawa. When, it's a platonic relationship. So kung hindi ka nag-enjoy dun sa tao, parang, how would you want to go home to a person you don't love, diba?
Yes.
Diba?
Oh
So
my
parang,
gosh.
kung may meeting kami, oh my God, this meeting is gonna take 3-4 hours. Kung hindi ko gusto yung taong kausap ko, parang,
Amazing.
why am I gonna do it, diba? So aside from choosing the stories that I believe in, I also choose the directors that I work with. I have to be able to enjoy working with this person.
So with GomBurZa, the director, you also chose him.
Yeah, ganun yun eh. Sabi nga nila, kapag ini-interview ka, in as much as they are interviewing you, you are also interviewing them.
Right.
Kasi, ano yan eh, kailangan talaga ma-enjoy mo yung relationship niyo. Tsaka kailangan ako importante sa akin na na-inspire ako ng director.
Correct.
Hindi yung parang wala lang. Parang, gawin mo to.
So walang good production, walang good product.
Wala,
right?
Kasi tsaka it might be cold. I mean, it comes out kasi in the images that cinematographer makes.
Correct.
Diba? Kasi kung hindi ka nag-enjoy, I think somehow lalabas at lalabas yun. It can look beautiful on a technical aspect.
Pero
diba?
walang heart.
Pero walang soul.
Walang soul.
And
right.
and yung soul niya yan, parang I don't know if people can see that, but people can feel that.
Yes, I'm sure. And I'm a movie goer. I'm such a consumer of movies, and I really do a lot of big critiques. So gustong-gusto ko yung mga work mo actually. And so GomBurZa, how long did you work on this?
Tawag dito, yung GomBurZa, dapat they first called me around, I think 2019, 2020, parang ganon, early 2020. And then we had a few Zoom meetings na.
So it's a 3-year project?
No, nagkaroon kasi ng COVID. So kaya hindi siya natuloy.
I see.
But they really wanted to shoot 2020. Pero good thing that we did it because there was time to develop the script, there was time to develop ourselves as well. Kasi malaking bagay din yung 3-year period na yun ng COVID. Things changed.
Correct.
People changed. I changed a lot.
As a cinematographer, are you part of the development of the script? Did they let you sit? Do they let you sit down?
No. The script, I'm given the script already.
Okay. And nakikita mo na paano approach?
But ako kasi, I work mostly with writer-directors. So, which is great for me dahil pag writer-director, it's easy to change the script if I have a suggestion or if we see something else na parang, baka mas okay to. It's easy for the writer-director to change it because siya yung writer and director, diba? So, Ako kasi, I'm
nice.
very keen on the story. I
Correct.
have a very strong sense of story, and I think
Mhm.
it's very important for every cinematographer, actually for every anyone who wants to be part of filmmaking. You have to have a great sense of story.
Mhm.
Kailangan naiintindihan mo yung kwento para alam mo kung ano yung kailangan mong gawin para doon sa kwento.
Correct.
So ako, when I get a script, I read it,
Mhm.
and I take down notes, a lot of notes. I read it a few times, and then I take down questions. And then when I meet with a director, I ask all these questions, and we break it down. And through that process, creative meetings na ganyan, through that process, nare-rewrite yung script.
Mhm.
Anong tawag dito? Kasi dahil nga I have a
Meaning
strong...
na modify?
Na-shape, nahuhulma. Diba? Kasi, I don't think, siguro meron ilang scripts na would say perfect. Diba? Pero meron din yan kasi na, that's why it's a collaborative medium. Meron at meron ang isang production designer, isang cinematographer, even an actor, pwedeng may masuggest yan na pwedeng ikaganda ng kwento. So ako, importante sa akin na masabi ko at maitanong ko para maintindihan ko talaga kung ano yung nangyayari at anong gustong sabihin ng script, anong gustong sabihin ng director. And through that process, meron kaming mga nabubuo pa na parang, oy, baka pwede ba natin itong gawin?
So it's enriched, no?
Yes, it's elevated. And as a cinematographer, that is one of my responsibilities, is to elevate my director's vision.
So your work style, your approach to projects, I believe makes you a very respectable, kaya marami kang awards. You're a Hall of Famer. So ano ang background mo in terms of experience and education? Were you cut for this? Ito ba talaga iniisip mo when you were young?
Yes.
When you were a baby?
When I was,
Gusto mo na ba to?
nagsimula kasi ako, I was a TV show host.
Which one was it?
It was called Five and Up. It was back in the 90s.
Oh, okay.
And it was a children's show for children 5 and up.
So this is ABS-CBN?
No. It started with TV5 and then went to GMA 7.
I see.
It was the brainchild of Cheche Lazaro of the Pro Team.
Cheche Lazaro.
I know.
Salute.
Sobra akong, at such a young age, I actually na-realize ko recently, at such a young age, I was exposed to someone of integrity.
I know, and she has the skill, the expertise.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
So parang very young pa lang ako, maganda na yung
training mo.
Oo, maganda yung training ko kasi yung mga
Mentorship.
producers namin, trained ni Cheche Lazaro. And kumbaga pinalaki niya the way they think.
Di ba scary siya?
No.
She had a reputation of being like Oh, she was nurturing?
No, yeah. She was like a mother.
Sorry about that, Miss Sherry.
No, yeah.
Cheche.
No, she's amazing. We called her Tita Cheche. She was strict. But tawag dito, hindi siya masigaw, pero stricto siya sa kung ano ang dapat.
Okay.
Kung paano dapat to gawin.
So you were a cinematographer?
No, I was a TV show host.
TV host, yes.
I was a kid. I was a kid. I was a TV show host, and it was a magazine show. We would feature people, food, places, events, ganyan.
Amazing, no?
So I interviewed a lot so I'm very used to
talking.
Well, interviewing people back then, nung bata ako. And tawag dito, and then I wanted to be like our producers. Kasi yung mga producers namin, sila yung mga writers, editors, directors, at saka production managers ng buong show. So I saw what they were doing behind the camera, and I was like, I want to be like that. So I thought I wanted to be a director.
Okay, so yun na yung start.
Yun yung simula. Pero before that, mahilig na ako mag-camera. Grade 3 pa lang ako, binigyan na ako ng camera ng magulang ko. And I was taking photos all the time. I had my camera with me. I was taking photos everywhere, people, places, lahat. So,
amazing, no?
Yun, so yun doon nagsimula. I think I was 12, 13 when I said, I want to be behind the camera. I do not want to be in front of the camera. Kasi syempre, pag bata ka sa Pilipinas, it's so easy to, ano tayo, bansa tayo na
Mga
gusto maging artista.
Yes.
Oo. May isang pelikula before, Pepot Artista ata yung title, na parang, yun nga, kasing bansa natin, parang, ang feeling natin, parang, pag maging artista ka, parang, yun yung ultimate goal eh.
Yun ang
Parang ganun.
pinaka-ambition.
Oo eh. Parang I remember that when I was a
Correct.
kid. And then I
Yes.
said, no, I want to be behind the camera. You know,
You want to create.
I want to create.
Mhm.
I want to tell stories that
Right.
way.
So did you go get a course in college in line with this?
I didn't pass. I wanted to go to UP Film,
Mm.
but I didn't pass UP Film. So I also wanted to go to Ateneo AV Com,
Mhm.
AV Communications. But I may quote a course kasi sa Ateneo. Ateneo kasi ako from prep to college.
Okay.
So ang first choice ko nung nag-apply ako sa Ateneo was AV Com Arts.
Mhm.
My second choice was BS Management, major in Communications Technology Management.
Mhm.
Doon ako pumasa.
Mhm.
Doon sa second choice ko.
Mhm.
Doon nila ako nilagay. So, and in hindsight, it was the right course for me because Comtech kasi tatlong fields yan eh. There's computer science, there's management, and there's communication arts. And as a cinematographer, you're a manager. You know, you are a technician, you're an artist, and you're a manager. So, magandang naging training sa akin yung Comtech pa lang. Very early on, lahat yung mga napag-aralan ko doon.
Sabihin natin you already had the edge.
Education-wise, I don't know about the other people, but I was equipped. You know, I don't know if I had the edge, but I know I was equipped, having studied in Ateneo. Not just because of my course. I mean, Com Arts, I took a lot of electives na related sa film. I took cinematography with Yam Laranas. I took directing with Raymond Red, and then may mga production classes din ako. I even had Riza Ontiveros as one of my teachers, who's a senator now.
Right.
And then she was also my teacher. And then more than these classes kasi, ang naging ano ko sa Ateneo was the humanities. You know, malaking bagay ang humanities sa filmmaking. Especially my philosophy classes. I think yon ang yung love ko for philosophy classes.
Is that making you a deep kind of artist? Or like touching history, culture, and all that?
Yeah, I think it's more of the way of thinking. When you do when you're into philosophy, kasi it's your way of thinking. It's really trying to understand and trying to figure things out, and people, understanding and really getting into the root of it. And yun, so I think yun ang naging more than anything, yun ang naging edge ko.
Nagpapalalim sa'yo.
Nagpapalalim. Kasi importante yun eh.
Look at your choices, like GomBurZa. It's relevant. It's historical and still relevant today. You have Bwakaw, which was sad, and it was coming out of a gay person. Ganon. So we need that. We actually need somebody like you na talagang malalim ang cultural awareness to create films like this na may sense ba and may art at the same time. So how does that ano yung expression mo nito? Masaya ka ba dito? Or is there something you still want to do?
I mean, I'm very happy with what I'm doing, but you know, there's so much more to do. I feel like GomBurZa, ano siya eh, para siyang nag-come full circle yung buhay ko. With GomBurZa, yung career ko. Because one of my producer in GomBurZa, GomBurZa was financed by the Jesuit Communications, which is under Ateneo de Manila. So, and I studied in Ateneo from prep to college. So for me, you know, doing a movie that was going to be produced by my alma mater, napakalaking bagay yun. Yeah, diba? Tsaka parang, this will be in Ateneo forever. Mamamatay na ako, mamamatay na tayo, Ateneo will still be there.
Ano mo pa yun? Legacy mo
exactly. Na Ateneo will still be there, and my film will be there forever.
Correct.
And you know, I know I'm a filmmaker because I know the power of cinema. And to have been asked to do this film, medyo kabado ko, but at the same time, I was really scared. I was really scared kasi alam mo yun, lagi naman akong kabado pag may bago akong pelikula eh. Pero,
It's good daw pag kinakabahan ka.
importante yun, importante.
Para
Pero,
you'll do your best.
yeah, tsaka tawag dito, kabado ako dahil malaki yung stakes eh. Plus, ang producer dun sa GomBurZa ay producer ko sa Five and Up.
Oh.
Where I, you
grew up.
yeah, and where I made my decision that I want to be a filmmaker. She was one of my inspirations back then. Yes. And so ngayon na producer ko siya dito sa GomBurZa in a film that was going to be financed by my alma mater where I was formed.
Yeah.
From kid to an adult.
Galing mo.
Diba? Parang sabi ko, this has to be successful. You know, I have to do my best. Yeah. And so thankfully it became a success. Actually, when we got into MMFF, kasi pangarap nila, they wanted to get to Metro Manila Film Festival. So nung nakapasok kami sa MMFF, sabi ko,
that's it.
I've done my job. You know, I was successful.
Many of my friends had a very good review of it. They were crying while watching it. And, you know, so I come from Cebu. So, mga ano doon, mga people in the media and who are social observers, society observers, they really admire the film. So, nice. Yeah, and it's a legacy nga para sa kabataan. So, what else are you planning to do? I mean, with GomBurZa, ano pa bang big project that's coming up? Siguro mga iconic people that you will have to make a film of.
Marami pa. Actually, hindi ko pa alam kung ano yung next project, but merong isang offer sa akin about a painter, Juan Luna, merong offer sa akin na Lapu-Lapu.
Okay.
Merong offer din sa akin na isang comfort woman.
Plenty to choose.
Yeah. So, but tawag dito, it's just...
How many films do you do in a year?
I can only do 2 at the most. Siguro 3 is pushing it. Pero of late, it's just been 2 because I can only do 1 in the Philippines. And I can only do 1 outside of the Philippines, outside of the US because of my green card.
I see.
So, pero once maging citizen na ako, baka mas...
You can be anywhere now.
I can be anywhere.
Yeah, that's good.
I can be anywhere. So that's the objective.
Amazing.
So ngayon marami pa. I really think that I'm at the second stage of my career.
Why? What's the second stage?
I don't know. I don't know what it is, but but like I said, I've come full circle with GomBurZa.
Amazing, you.
I feel like there's so much more I can do in recent years as well. Kasi I feel like ko sinasabi sa mga kaibigan ko sa family ko na Carlo 2.0 na to. Carlo 2.0. The Carlo OG, tapos na yon. That's why...
Ang bilis mo naman mag-mature.
I'm 43 years old, so this is basically half of my life already. So, mabilis ba? Parang ang tagal nga eh. Parang I wish nag-mature ako earlier, but I think yung pagpunta ko dito sa Amerika malaking bagay sa naging maturity ko.
Why did you, by the way, decide to come here?
Because I went here in 2016 to take my master's. Dahil tawag dito, after graduating from Ateneo, naging cinematographer, nag-PA ako for 2.5 years. 2 years, and then naging production manager ako for 6 months in Unitel, which was a TV commercial production house. So doon ako nag-train sa set. Doon yung mga professional experience ko. And somehow, when I did my first feature in 2007, hanggang sa bago ko umalis 2016, feeling ko lang meron akong imposter syndrome.
Talaga?
Parang feeling ko, parang there's so much more
to learn.
Oo, parang hindi pa ako ganun kabihasa. Marami pa akong pwedeng alalahanin para matutunan para mas gumanda yung trabaho ko. And pag nag-workshop ako, lagi ako sumasali sa mga workshops. Lagi akong masaya. Lagi akong parang high na high ako lagi after
kasi you have a new learning.
Yeah, tsaka parang kasama parang every workshop you're with like-minded people.
Mhm.
And yung mga barkada ko kasi, yung mga barkada ko sa Ateneo, wala namang film eh.
Mm.
Walang nag-film doon. Lahat sila nasa corporate.
Mhm.
So
So you are rare.
oh, well, I'm different from
You're
them.
different.
So
Okay.
gusto ko, naghahanap ako ng, lagi ako naghahanap ng, syempre gusto mo rin ng kapareho mo ng, pareho kayo ng pinag-uusapan, pareho kayo lagi ng gusto,
Yeah,
gano'n.
yeah.
And so sabi ko gano'n, you know what, maybe I should take my master's. So, and American Film Institute in LA, I've been wanting to study there ever since 2005. Alam ko na yung eskwelahan na yun, nag-research ako. Sabi ko sa iyo kanina, di ba, na sabi ko, bata pa lang ako, gusto ko mag-move sa Amerika. Gusto ko mag-move sa New York.
Right.
So, nag-research talaga ako ng mga film schools. Back in the early 2000s pa lang, nag-research na ako. Dati wala pa masyado, hindi pa uso yung portfolio ng school na nasa yung catalog ng schools nasa online, right? Kasi nagsisimula pa ng internet. So, nag-email ako, pinapadalan ako ng mga booklets. I have all these. I have Columbia, NYU, I have UCLA, all these schools in America, parang hiningan ko yan. Tapos inaral ko kung ano yung gusto ko. And really, the best film school for cinematography for me, yung gusto ko, was the American Film Institute. Yun. So, kaya nag-aral ako doon in 2016.
How long was that? Ilang years?
It was a 2-year course. Pero actually, almost 3 years yung course na yun. Dahil almost 3 years.
So yung output mo, you created films about
short
Filipinos.
films. No, short films.
Short films na based in the US.
Yeah. Kasi kailangan mag-shoot kayo sa LA lang. Bawal kaming, meron kaming requirement na 30-mile radius from AFI.
So at that time, ano ka na naman? Masyado kang ecstatic. Masyado kang happy. Tuwang-tuwa ka.
Yeah. It was a bubble.
Living
at doing AFI, it was a bubble. Nandun lang talaga yung mundo namin. Napakaliit yung mundo namin. It was just school.
But it's super creative. So that's
tsaka,
you.
Mahirap. Tsaka, I thought I could do things outside of school. I thought I could work. I could shoot at least short films. Wala, kasi ang hirap pala mag-masters. Lalo sa AFI, grabe yung masters namin. I barely had time every single day for the first year namin, 7 days a week.
So did you even think, now why did I even do this?
No, I never questioned that decision. I never questioned that decision because I knew that it was a decision that will take me somewhere else after.
Yes. It's a good decision. Well discerned.
It was probably one of the best decisions I've made in my life. I may not be doing as much as I used to do before, but I am happier with my work, yung outcome ng trabaho ko. Kasi, nag-mature yung ko, may na-reach akong certain level. Tsaka, hindi lang kasi yung mga natutunan ko sa school ang nagpabago sa akin eh. Syempre, yung influences din ng mga kaibigan ko. Correct. It's very international. So you're exposed to people from China, from Poland, from America, from South Africa. So different ways of thinking, diba?
So your horizon has expanded.
Lumawak talaga.
Ano ang mga situations sa kanilang countries?
Yeah, tsaka their way of thinking.
Right,
you know?
right.
Parang iba rin to. So you pick up little things on, from these people. And then at the same time, being exposed to America, the way of thinking here, iba pa rin.
It's good, right?
It's great.
It's really great.
Yeah. And also because, tawag dito, I got into yoga, and yoga really changed my life.
Is that your self-care, part of self-care?
Yeah. And it changed the way I saw people. It changed the way I saw myself.
Oh, amazing.
That's why, because of yoga, after film school, during film school, I did yoga, and then I started doing meditation. I also did therapy. So these things created the Carlo 2.0.
Amazing. That's good.
Yeah.
That's a very good journey.
Oh, yeah. It's an amazing journey.
Let me ask you how
it's an amazing journey.
Right. So it's a good, kasi kung maganda ang loob, it will come out good, right? Kung maganda ang self-care mo, ang tingin mo sa sarili, and especially you already had your philosophy of looking at the world as per the Ateneo education. So, Ano ang tingin mo sa future ng movie industry ng Philippines, especially storytelling?
Oh, it's the future of Philippine cinema is um wow, how do I say it?
Is it bleak or is it
No,
bright? It's
no.
bright?
It's definitely bright.
Talaga?
Yeah, I am so excited for the Philippines.
Amazing. Tell me about
well,
it, because I'm not quite excited. Tell me.
There are a lot. Why aren't you excited with?
Well, GomBurZa is there, but it's not quite popular, right?
Yeah, but actually popular.
But you
na
have
ngayon,
started.
But there are other filmmakers out there. There's
Uh-huh.
so many filmmakers in the Philippines.
Na
There's
iba ang ano na ang mind,
magaganda,
progressive mind,
yeah,
hindi na yung conservative
yeah,
mind.
yeah. Especially the independent filmmakers.
Oh, good,
Nagiging
good.
conservative lang naman kasi siguro kapag I would say when it's a little more mainstream. Pero that's why there's independent cinema.
Is that getting big?
Oh yeah. There's maraming mga independent filmmakers, and I hope mas lalo lang silang maging matapang, and sana suportahan sila ng iba pang mga financiers. Of course, these independent filmmakers will never have the money of studio films.
Correct.
And there's always room for studio films, and there's room for independent cinema.
Will it always be like separate? Hindi ba magkaroon yan ng melding?
Well, depende sa ano yan eh. Depende yan sa
or a realization of
Depende yan sa mga production companies.
Yeah.
I've worked with a production company na marami na rin doon na parang it's not as big as the major studios in the Philippines. Konti na lang naman ang major studios natin sa Philippines.
Yeah.
You only have Regal, Viva, and Star Cinema. Everything else, smaller studios.
Kasi naging digital na rin. Digitalized.
I don't think may...
What has caused to make it na lumiit na sila?
Hindi. Yun lang naman talaga yung tatlong major natin studios. It has always been just those
almost
three.
Like the monopoly of it.
Yeah, it's pero ngayon, which ang okay ngayon, maraming ng mga maliliit na mga production companies na mas daring. Okay, na yung mga people behind are mas gusto ng bago,
mas brave,
mas matapang. Oo, yeah. So and that's where digital comes. Kasi dahil nagkaroon ng digital, naging mas affordable gumawa.
Hindi masyadong mahal.
Oo, pero mahal na rin kasi mahal din naman yung mga
post-production.
Hindi, mahal din yung mga cameras na ginagamit. If you really want the quality, the film cameras, the cinema cameras, mahal din yun.
Mahal ang investment on that, no?
Mahal ang renta.
Rent.
Yeah. I mean, not a lot of people own that. Mostly rental houses in the Philippines. So mahal din yun. So magastos pa rin for these companies. But what I'm saying is at least mas matapang sila sa storytelling nila.
That's good.
But I right now I also see yung mga studio films at least people are nagiging na rin sila, nagiging matapang na rin. I think the directors nare-realize
hindi na yung pa-sweet-sweet lang.
Oo. Tsaka nare-realize na rin even the veteran directors of the mga studios na kailangan natin ng pagbabago kasi they see it on streaming eh. Yan din ang magandang naging na maraming mga nagsasabi na pinapatay ng streaming ang film. Parang before I used to think na parang yung streaming nga papatayin yung cinema, pero parang ang nangyayari ngayon dahil like sa Pilipinas, yung MMFF, malaki yung kinita ng MMFF, more than 1 billion pesos ata. And people went to the cinemas.
Right.
And ang sabi nila, kasi daw maganda yung mga films daw doon sa MMFF, mas magaganda daw compared dun sa mga dati. Ang masasabi ko kasi, yung audience, nabigyan ng ibang putahe yung mga audience ng dahil sa streaming
because
services.
Of streaming.
Yeah, dahil sa streaming, nakapanood ka ng K-drama, nakapanood ka ng Italian film, nakapanood ka ng tawag dito, ng kung ano mang European film. Di ba? Dati ang mga nakikita lang natin Hollywood. Kasi yun lang yung pinapalabas sa sinihan natin.
Right.
Tapos yung mga Filipino films, paulit-ulit lang. So, kung ano ang ihahain mo yun lang ang kakainin nila. Yun
Correct.
lang ang alam nilang kainin. But if you give an option, so yung independent cinema sa Pilipinas, tinatry naman, pero not a lot of, hindi ganun kasikat ang independent cinema. At least sa mga students,
But it's
sumisikat
good
siya.
that it's starting.
It's starting. Pero ngayon sa MMFF, dahil nga yung mga tao, feeling ko nakapanood na sila ng streaming, alam na nila na parang,
May taste na.
gusto rin nila ng iba. Gusto
Correct.
nila ng bago. Tumaas na rin, nag-elevate na rin yung taste nila.
Good.
So I think it's a good thing na nagawa ng ano. And hopefully, through that, parang magkaroon ng reverse, na babalik sila sa sinihan. Kasi,
I'm really looking forward
I
to
hope.
good stories, good movies
yeah,
that will, transform your outlook of yourself, of our community. Yun ba?
Actually, marami tayong independent cinema na ganyan,
Amazing.
ha? Independent films.
Great.
It's just that wala lang silang distribution.
You sound very, very promising and hopeful.
Kasi ako po,
To me.
I toggle between
Mhm.
independent cinema and studio cinema.
Mhm.
I like to do both.
Mhm. Mabuti you have that kind of two worlds, huh?
Yeah, because it's important.
Right.
You have to understand both worlds. You have to understand what's happening in mainstream, and you have to understand what's happening in independent cinema.
Amazing.
Because that will inform your choices and even the way you do things,
Mhm.
and it can inspire you, it
So
can
right
challenge
now,
you.
your mind as an artist, as a cinematographer, it's like, do you look at Hollywood as the ultimate goal to be recognized, or not anymore? Not at all. Ano lang naman yan, global, ano lang din naman yan, imperialism.
Tawag dito,
Right.
I mean, Hollywood is the center of filmmaking in the world.
Yeah.
When you say Hollywood, what do we actually mean when we say Hollywood?
It's
Diba?
like the ultimate, like the high art, the technology, the story, how it's being delivered. But not necessarily the good message, Meron pa ring mga iba-ibang art places of art that where expression of stories are good and wonderful and transformative.
I think kasi yung salitang Hollywood, kung igamitin na lang
Parang
natin.
sobrang brand na kasi.
Pero hindi kasi, in the US, there's mainstream and there's independent cinemas.
Also, yeah.
So we have to clarify, when you say Hollywood, what are you actually talking about?
The old mainstream, the high finance.
Yung mga tawag dito, yung mga Marvel, yung mga, I'm not so much. I'm here. I want to live in America because I like the way of life here. I like the fact that if I'm on the street and if I want to cross the street and if I put my foot down, cars are supposed to stop. Diba? It means that my life is valued here. I feel like my life is valued here. Maaring hindi lahat, I mean, I'm not saying na lahat ng mga drivers dito matitino. Marami ring mga coops na mga drivers dito, diba? Pero what I'm trying to say is there is a law na pwede silang hulihin, na kapag inapak ng isang pedestrian yung paa at hindi ka huminto, pwede kang hulihin. And I want to live in a country when I feel like my life is valued. And if I'm living here, I also want to work here. I don't mind. I mean, it is not an objective of mine to make a Marvel movie, but I want to make movies here. I want to make independent films here.
Maybe you should make the story of the Filipinos in the diaspora, clearly.
Meron naman pong, merong mga ganyan, pero I'm just a cinematographer. So, I am limited to what is being offered to me.
But a cinematographer can graduate to being a director and a writer at the same time. Do you have that in you?
I probably want to be a producer. The directing, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about directing. One step at a time, I want to produce. So that's the next goal. Is I have to create my production company. I've been talking to a few friends already, pero parang hindi pa kasi nagpropel yung I have all these ideas and kailangan din kasi ng pera kailangan ng someone who would believe in me and would say, Carlo, I would finance that company that you wanna
They are listening to you.
So if
They
there's
will contact you
someone who
after
wants
this
to have a
interview when I
wa-
stream it.
who wants to have a meeting with me, I'm
Oh
open.
my
No, no,
God.
I seriously have
Mhm.
ideas. I've been talking to a few people,
Mm.
Filipino Americans who also want to produce. And I think, I really believe that life takes us where we're supposed to be.
Mhm.
Kasi pag-isipin mo kasi sa buhay natin, lagi natin sasabihin, pag ngayon ha, ay, yung nangyari sa akin 5 years ago na parang akala ko masisira guguho ang mundo ko, parang tama pa lang nangyari siya. Kasi kung hindi nangyari yun, I wouldn't be where I am right now.
Parang may sense ba?
Oo.
May logic.
So ang pag-iisip natin laging pabalik eh.
Mm, mm.
Pero kasi if we live in the moment, if we have that awareness already, na years from now, yung nangyayari ngayon, sasabihin ko na it was right to happen
Mm.
because that thing had to happen for this thing.
To lead to this.
Diba?
Yeah.
So kung meron na tayong awareness na ganun naman yung buhay natin, bakit hindi natin tingnan ngayon yung nangyayari sa buhay natin?
Mhm.
And isipin natin parang, I know that what is happening right now is important
Mhm.
because this will lead to something else in the future.
Mhm.
Kasi ganun talaga yung buhay natin eh.
Oo.
So ngayon, kung ngayon na meron akong awareness na ganyan, ang lagi kong iniisip parang hindi ako, kung kunwari, meron akong project dati dapat I was supposed to be in Vietnam for a couple of months, October, November, December, last year. Hindi natuloy. So, hindi nangyari yun. Pero, I was home in the Philippines, I was with family, etc., ganyan-ganyan. So, instead of sulking and saying, ay nako, hindi natuloy, all the negative energies na parang, at magreklamo ako, may init yung ulo ko na hindi natuloy or madedepress ako, masasayang yung oras ko.
Correct.
Rather than doing that, tingnan ko na lang, okay, well, that didn't happen, but something else is happening.
Mhm.
So why is this happening? That didn't happen because this needs to happen because that will happen in the future.
So what happened while you were in the Philippines?
It was my grandma's 93rd birthday.
Oh.
My mom's siblings from Seattle all went home.
Mhm.
And to witness that kind of happiness, that was very inspiring for me.
Family.
And the family. And then yung mom ko nag-70,
Mhm.
and then I was able to be with the GomBurZa family and promote it and join mga Q&As, etc. I was there during all the parties. I was there to live my life and strengthen the relationships that I have in the Philippines.
So,
and
super, yun, gain.
Oh, yeah. And I know that those relationships will lead to bigger collaborations.
Yeah, support pa.
Yeah, and dahil hindi ko, gets mo parang, tinanggal ko agad yung lungkot eh. Yung magsa-stifle sa akin.
Correct.
Sa pagtingin na parang, paano ko ba i-enjoy to? Paano ko i-maximize kung anong meron ako?
So, yan, attitude mo pa rin yan. Goes back to your attitude, to seizing the moment and not regretting whatever that did happen.
Yeah, and that's part of Carlo 2.0. Before, init yung ulo ko. Hindi natuloy yung project.
So you have matured, huh? That's wonderful to know.
Yeah, yoga really helped me a lot. Meditation as well.
That's good. So, parting shots. I'd like to ask a hopeful message from you. As you know, you are an artist. You are a creator of films. So, how does this contribute to the betterment of humanity or our society in the Philippines, for example?
Well,
I know it's a huge question, but in whatever way you can.
I remember my personal statement, my essay when I applied at AFI. Sinabi ko na I cannot be like my grandfather who was a pastor. I cannot be like my father who's a doctor. These people save lives in a way, right? And ako, but I know I can be a cinematographer. I know I can create images, but there is a power in storytelling.
Yes.
Storytelling is very powerful, and cinema is a very powerful medium. When you watch a movie, it can change your life. It can inspire you. Even like a rom-com can make you feel happy and say, wow, I want to fall in love. And that is a great thing. And you make movies like GomBurZa, talk about, patriotism, talk about what you can do for your country, and then you make a movie about Bwakaw, which is, it's a coming of age film of a 70-year-old gay man, and you can help people understand themselves. Cinema has that power to bridge the gap between, you know, one country after another. And it can even bridge the gap between me and you. When we talk about the film and we see, oh, that film was about this. Cinema can make you understand yourself better. It can make you understand other people, and that is very powerful. And that storytelling, that is why I do this. This is why I make movies, because I wanna I don't know, spark change, hope,
It's your soul.
anger in people, and maybe one day I want to do better. I want to change. I want to change. I am seeing this in like Big Night. It's about the war on drugs. People who watch that film, maybe they say, oh, I don't like a society like this. What can I do?
People will realize something.
I hope.
Right?
I hope. I hope. And without us knowing, malaking epekto sa atin ng media.
Right.
Yeah.
So keep doing what you're doing, Carlo.
Thank you.
And I would like to watch more of your films. I'll go around the camera and really shake your hand.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you, everyone.
yes.
So all the best, and I'll see you here in New York or wherever.
Yes.
In LA.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back. I'm with a very awesome global citizen, Mr. Carlo Mendoza, award-winning ano na siya, cinematographer in the Philippines and for the world. See you.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that interview, ladies and gentlemen, as much as I did. Ang lalim ni Carlo, he's a very discerning person. Well, that's what artists are. Malalim, they want a really solid, good story as the foundation for their art. And he chooses to be able to create uh, good images, wonderful images that will touch your heart, your emotion, and your knowledge, will deepen your knowledge and your commitment to society. So I love that conversation. I hope the best for you, Carlo, as you move on to the next project. We're looking forward to another marvelous creation. Para bang pressure na yan. But I know because you love your work, you will always give your best to it, whatever it is, whatever iconic person you're going to make a movie of, or an obscure person with a very profound message in life. So that's what the arts are for movies at the least are for, right? So, ayan na. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching Conversations with MM. This is our first episode for the month of March, the Women's History Month. So, brace yourself for more inspiring conversations with people here in the US and anywhere in the world. Because we're digitalized, we can reach out to everybody, anywhere, anytime, right? So again, I'd like to thank my colleagues at the PHLV Radio, because we are already being streamed in the west coast of the US through PHLV Radio, which is being which uses the platform of YouTube and Facebook, as well as um, they have a radio app, PHLV app, where you can listen to all the music 24/7. They're playing for you. And also they are on Amazon Fire TV. Wow, ang galing-galing ni Kuya Johan and team. Keep it up. And hi to Rex and Kuya G and everybody out there in LA, in Las Vegas. So that's it for now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. And remember to take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Bye for now.